Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a new moon total solar eclipse in Sagittarius for my dearest Leos. Now, this eclipse is taking place on December 4th, and it's the last one of the Gemini-Sagittarius axis that began in May 2020, and it initiates a cycle that'll last about 8 years. So this eclipse of the South Node is opening a powerful new beginning for us where we've closed karmic cycles, left behind a path that reached a dead end, and released anything that prevented our growth and expansion, and is opening us up to a vast and new horizon with a renewed sense of purpose. All right, my dear Leos, so let's go ahead and see what messages Spirit has for us for this new moon total solar eclipse in Sagittarius. All right, messages for my Leos, please. Your energy, we've got the Seven of Cups in reverse. I love this energy because this is about the clearing away of confusion. Leo, you can see this is the After Tarot. It's one of my favorites. It takes the traditional Rider-Waite images and shows what would have happened or what would happen, a few minutes or a few hours after what we're used to seeing. And he's made his choice, and he chose these riches, and he's being strangled by a snake. So some of you guys, you're seeing very clearly that somebody that you were dealing with or a situation that you chose to engage in or be a part of, a relationship, maybe it's a life path, a career path, whatever it might be, you're starting to see that it may not be in alignment with you, or it isn't or wasn't cracked up. It wasn't what it seemed, or it wasn't cracked up. It wasn't what it was cracked up to be, if that makes sense. So Leos, a lot of you guys, you're getting clarity. And again, remember my full moon and my new moon readings are not specifically about love, although they certainly can be. But there's something that you're seeing clearly now wasn't maybe the best choice for you, or is no longer in alignment. But it's a beautiful thing because this is a learning experience. And my Leos out there, you're definitely transmuting this energy. Some of you have learned some tough lessons because of certain choices that you made. And what you're leaving behind, yeah, you guys are definitely seeing something very differently. Pisces energy, this Neptunian energy, there's this clearing up of confusion about what you want your life to look like, what you want your relationships to be. Also, I feel like there's this beautiful energy with this Hanged Man in particular of, who's got your back and who doesn't, what have you made sacrifices for and for whom? And was it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it something that you still want to consider or you want to pursue? So I love that because there's this huge awakening energy for my Leos in this reading. Now, what you're moving towards, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. So this is normally the wounded warrior, but you can see he's been met by a kindred spirit, by a brother in arms, by, a soulmate, a partner, a lover, a friend, a family member, whatever it might be. But the Nine of Wands in reverse, Leo, tells me that a lot of you guys, in a way, you may have been holding on to a particular person or situation, because at one point in time it was in alignment with you, and it was like you were determined to make it work. But I feel like it's been really draining for you, and for many of you it may be a partnership or an obligation or a loyalty to a cause, to a person, to a situation, to a job. But I feel like it's run its course, Leo, and you're starting to see that. You're starting to recognize that, maybe this wasn't the best for me. The King of Swords, you're seeing this clarity. What I love about this, again, the After Tarot, that crown, that sword has gone right through that crown chakra. There's been this awakening, this alignment, seeing things from a higher perspective. And that bird has now come to perch on him and tell him everything that he's seen. So this is almost like this is you connecting with your higher self, Leo. This is also some of you guys, have been doing like a life review. Some of you guys may have even done past life regressions or even been accessing Akashic records and seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing how a particular relationship or situation, again, it can be a love relationship, but it can be a friendship, family member, it can be a job, it can be something on your spiritual journey. It was draining your energy and it's time to let it go. It's time for loyalty and reciprocity. And for some of you guys, again, you're recognizing that you were the one that was doing all the work, or you made choices that you felt suffocated or strangled by. We see the Five of Swords energy, but this is a victory, Leo. Remember, this is the after tarot. This is about you guys looking out for yourselves, recognizing that you've come to either a choice point, but more than anything, it feels like a crisis point, something that can no longer continue, seeing it very clearly, having to make a head over heart decision and change your course, change your path. But this is what you need to do for your stability, for your sanity, for your self-preservation. And we see the Two of Swords. We see these two people coming to fight. You have a very important decision, Leo. And I feel a lot of you guys, this is a decision that's been a long time in the making. And it's definitely not an easy decision, but it's a tough decision. That's the right decision for you. Remember, eclipses bring us this clarity and this change to keep us in alignment and on our soul's path. And sometimes that means taking away people or situations that just aren't honoring our worth and our value, or just are no longer in alignment with what it is we're supposed to do. And that's a very heart-centered decision that you're making, a very heart-centered action. So look, this is a card from the Kibber deck that was stuck in this one. It says toil and labor. Leos, you guys have been working very hard. And in fact, with the Nine of Wands, there is a little bit of a warning of burning the candle at both ends, that you do need to take a rest. I feel like you've been doing the work for other people as well, pulling other people's weight, and it needs to stop, is what I'm hearing. This is not the deck I want to be using. Sorry, guys. Let's go ahead and see, what additional messages do we have for my Leos? We've got appreciation. Yeah. And what I'm seeing here, Leo, a lot of you guys, number 15, this is the major arcana number for the devil, which can be fears. There's been a lot of fear wrapped up in making this decision. I feel like there's fear in abandoning someone or something, wondering how they're going to survive or how they're going to make it, or, you know, is it going to be okay with you putting yourself first? But the answer here is clearly yes. Something here wasn't, whatever this is, a love relationship, a job, you name it, this situation, you weren't being appreciated, or your hard work or what you were putting into this situation was really imbalanced. All right. Yep. And we get that attachment energy. There was some sort of negative karmic attachment here. And I feel like a lot of my Leos, I don't know who or what you were dealing with, but it's feeling really parasitic. Like, I don't know if it's a friend that you were helping. I don't know if it was a relationship, somebody that it's like you were trying to drag them across the finish line. And I feel like they were straight up unappreciative of the work that you were doing. But I feel that you were very committed to this. This is something that, you know, at one point in time you found value in this, or you felt like, you know what, I have the strength to do this. I can help out here, or, you know, I can do this for the both of us. But it's becoming apparent that that's no longer the case. And you could have done it for the both of you, or helped this person, or moved this situation along. But it feels like whomever or whatever you were dealing with wasn't pulling their weight. And it's almost like, it feels like there's some sort of divine intervention here, like that Spirit's not going to let you disintegrate or become washed up or completely exhausted for the sake of someone or something that isn't appreciative of what you're doing, or that doesn't quite deserve it, if that makes sense. Yeah, a lot of you guys, you're seeing that your vision of the future, or the way that you felt things were going to work out in this situation, there was potential for this, but I just feel like you were the one that was doing all the work. And I feel like your resources, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, were all really depleted here because there was a lack of balance. They're also telling me, you know, when we see the potential in others, which is a beautiful thing, we're projecting what we would have done in their shoes. And Leo, I feel like you were really helping somebody here, or you were really giving someone the benefit of the doubt, or you were really putting in a lot of work, and that's what you would do. And you would have received that help graciously that you were giving, or that support, or that love. And you would have shifted your path. But it's like whomever or whatever this is, it became like a dead weight. and we get adjacent possibilities. You have a lot of options, a lot of possibilities here. And I think this is something that's been holding you back. We see that with the Two of Swords. We also see that with the Nine of Swords here. Yeah, I think this is even coming as a surprise to my Leos out there. Okay, that some of you guys, you may be leaving a living situation, a marriage, a partnership, but you've made the decision already. Okay, because you know that something here wasn't working. And it's coming as a big shock or surprise to your employer, your person, your family member, whoever you're dealing with. But this is something that has been a long time coming. And what I love about this deck is he's finally willing to see and to fight that beast and that demon, because there was something that was keeping you in an imbalanced situation as well, Leo. And you're seeing things from a higher perspective. You have the information that you need to make the right choice here. And we see victory, and it's a tough choice, Leo. I'm not gonna lie, I feel it in my bones. This is a tough choice. It's an emotional choice. I mean, I'm like getting like worked up here, but you know it's the right thing to do. And for some of you guys, it's a situation where it's like a tough love type situation, but it's become abundantly clear it's time to put yourself first. All right, so we get Be Here Now, Hummingbird Spirit. Okay, so this is an energy of sweetness. There is a sweet victory in all of this, and it may be something that you can't see. I'm seeing this huge energy of exhaustion with the appreciation energy and the Nine of Wands in reverse. Somebody just wasn't honoring what you were bringing to the table, Leo. And it's about being present. I think a lot of you were living for the future. Okay, for the possibility, if this happens, if I keep putting energy into this, if I help this person, or if I do more, I'll get more. And you're realizing the more you do, the less you get even. And we're getting Peacock Spirit, Let It Shine. So something is becoming abundantly clear. But Leo, I also feel there's a strong energy of karmic justice, that the work that you've done is not going to go unnoticed by Spirit. But a lot of you guys, you've been financially, mentally, emotionally drained here. And so it's going to feel like a luxury to not be pulling this person's weight. It's like that energy is going to go back into you. I see you rebounding very quickly. And this and that are true. You know, I feel like you're kind of in between, but I love this dolphin because there's an energy of freedom. There's an energy here of, you know what, this is a tough decision, but I've got to make this decision for my self-preservation. That's what it feels like, Leo. Wow, I don't know what you guys are dealing with. You're going to have to leave it down in the comments for me. But this very tough decision is bringing you a very sweet, a very long overdue victory. Okay? Yeah, all right. And it's like you have two paths to choose from. And it's in Spirit with the adjacent possibilities is just a reminder that whatever this change that's happening or taking place for you, Leo, it's this eclipse energy. That's what eclipses do. They bring us unexpected changes to keep us on our true soul's path. And I just feel like it's time for Leos, for you guys to be honored, to honor yourselves. And I feel like you've been in this selfless energy for a long time and just really unappreciated. So additional messages. This is Belinda Grace's True Love reading cards. I am going to read from the book. We get boundaries. Yeah, it's time to set strong boundaries here, Libra. Libra? I don't know why I just said that. Leo. Maybe some of you guys are dealing with a Libra. This is Moon and Libra energy. Intimacy. Yeah, a lot of you guys, this was a love relationship. But I also feel like it's time for you to set boundaries. Somebody was consistently crossing boundaries or taking more than what they deserved or more than what they were giving. And it's fine for a moment, or if you need to help somebody out. But if it's like all of a sudden, you know, you give them an inch and they're taking a mile, and this is happening consistently, this is where this boundaries energy is showing up. So Belinda Grace says that most people understand the concept of healthy boundaries, but aren't always sure how to put them into practice. Boundaries could be described as simply having a clear and healthy sense of self, of who you are, what makes you tick, and what affects you both positively and negatively. But a common example of unhealthy boundaries is the apparent inability to say no when feeling pressured by a prospective new or existing partner into doing or behaving in a way that isn't in harmony with your truth. For example, if you love the ocean and need to walk along the beach regularly to maintain emotional balance, you can invite your partner to join you or go alone, but you must not let this important activity fade from your life. And I feel like there is some important activity that has faded from your life because you were overgiving to a situation. In fact, I do pick up on a really strong parasitic energy that you guys were dealing with. Okay. It's important that you communicate your feelings, needs, and preferences by owning them yourself first, Leo. And I feel like that's what that King of Swords energy is. You're owning that. You know. It's time for you to look at the way you set personal boundaries in the past and in the present, and resolve to reset any boundaries that you've created in your life thus far. That's this message, okay? Whenever or wherever necessary. So it's about communicating with love clearly and directly. And I feel like there's a tough conversation that has either taken place or will take place. You have it feels like it's long overdue, Leo. This is the perfect summation of the messages here. And in doing so, it's like your light has been dimmed because you're overgiving, because these boundaries have been crossed. And there's a victory here for you. There's a sweet victory and freedom. So the time is right to shout out loud. Don't hesitate to jump around. So there's something here to celebrate. This victory, whatever this victory is, this decision. It's like I can feel the weight of the world being lifted off of your shoulders, Leo. Shake it off, yeah. If you fall and others jeer, just shake it off and walk with cheer. Yeah, it's like you're shaking it off. You really are, Leo. Learn a little nudge. It's now your turn. Put on your thinking cap. It's time to learn. Yep. So a lot of you guys, this is something that maybe you have to handle carefully. It's something that it's like a delicate situation, but you know what you have to do here. All right. These are powerful messages, Leo. I'm going to leave it here. If they resonated with you, I'm going to ask that you like, share, subscribe. Also check out the description box for ways you can get a private reading, or if you like the cards I'm using, I have them linked in order of appearance down below. Feel free to leave a comment. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram. All you need to know is in the description box. Sending you love and light. Take care.